So what's going on, you little legends? What's up, Battlefielders? It is pOOpy, and I guess this is kind of like a follow-up video, kind of a test video, because I'm not sure exactly whether or not you guys want me to do this whole series thing coming about, the pOOpy gun loadouts, whether or not you guys want me to go ahead and do these live, or actually try to do my best to conquer the setup, try to find a way to make it useful, and utilize that entirely. So this gameplay is a little bit different. It's a 28 and 14. A far better gameplay, I have to admit. The last one was like 9 and 7, quite entertaining. The dick multiplier, I'm pretty much sticking to that. If you guys did not see the live video that I did earlier using this horrible setup, you guys can check it out. I'll leave a link in the description below. This one's me using the gun and trying to level out and use it properly, and maybe you guys can enjoy it. And so anyways, I want to hop into this. You guys are not aware of what the setup is. This is the Famas with the rifle scope, if you cannot tell, with that giant, large organ, or whatever the hell it is on top of my gun. It's got the heavy barrel and the bipod. So obviously, if you guys have had any sort of experience with an automatic weapon and the rifle scope on it, the spread and the accuracy of the gun is horrible. You could have 50 bullets, and most likely, even in a close range situation, you're not going to get the kill. So noticing that they gave me this opportunity to make sure that I could only hip fire with the weapon, I also realized that they chose to give me the bipod. Now, the bipod is a very, very useful tool, and I definitely take advantage of it in this gameplay, unlike the last one, where it makes a heavy, heavy difference because it allows you to become far more accurate, but the only downfall to it, you usually have to stay in place when you have the bipod. Actually, not usually, you always have to stay in place when you have the bipod out. Now, that obviously is kind of a limited thing, so I mean, it's good. You'll see how I use it and utilize the playstyle with it. I do use it and then go ahead and like lay prone and try to defend from a distance. There are a lot of key moments where the bipod actually makes this gun a lot better. Now, if you guys are not aware, the Famas actually took a big hit after the patch. It dropped in damage. I mean, this gun is about as potent as a water balloon right now. It really, really is not too good. It's not got the worst spread in the world, but it has a lot of recoil. It's very hard to maintain, and they did chop off 5 bullets, bro. They circumcised this gun, and I can't stand the fact that they hurt this gun so much because it used to be a tank, and now it's just kind of obviously the first gun on the show in the shitty setup possible. And if you guys do want to check out as well, it's one more thing to follow me on Facebook, or is it like me? And you know what? You can lick me on Facebook. And yes, I said lick. You guys can go ahead and go lick me on Facebook. It's down in the description below. It's where you guys can vote on the setups. Then I'll make a poll after the voting. Then you guys can actually vote on the poll. I know it sounds like a long process, but that's how you guys get to pick which demonic fucking setup you guys want me to use. Doing work with the Frag, because they did go ahead and set me up with the M26 Frag. If you guys are not aware, it usually takes about 2, maybe 3 direct shots from the M26 Frag to even kill a guy. The splash damage is pretty much irrelevant. It's not worth using. But I do try to pick up a kill or two. I try to utilize everything you guys give to me. So when you guys do give some suggestions, feel free to set up the specialization, the secondary, and even the equipment as well. And I'll try to use it. So obviously, if you guys try to troll me by picking a SoFlam, I'm going to go play on card where it's going to be fucking useful. You pricks. So, with that being said, you know, I like some of the suggestions so far. I'm kind of curious about what you guys have come up with next. I'll try to do 1, maybe 2 of these a week, so stay tuned on Facebook. I may shout it out occasionally on Twitter as well. But I have to admit that this setting was far more dangerous initially than I thought, because you cannot run and gun on this while zooming. You don't have the luxury of that. You've got to hip fire. In range, you're pretty much, if you want to stay mobile, you got to use the 44, because he gave me the 44 scoped. That's usually 2 to 3 shots. So with that situation, the best range weapon I have is actually my sidearm. In that sad situation, that's the truth. Now, if there's an opportunity where I can lay prone, this gun is pretty decent to burst. And I know you guys like, hey, pOOpy, why didn't you put it on single fire, burst fire? Because to me, that's cheating. That's not, you know, I mean, it's still hard. But if I put it on single fire, it'll be a lot easier to use. And that's kind of just defeating the purpose and the challenge of the rifle scope. So for those asking or saying, pOOpy, you could have just simply done that, I think that's just kind of taking away the challenge of it, and I didn't want to do that. So, where did my bipod just go? Did it? Okay, it's over on the side a little bit. I dangle off to the right, too. So, we have something in common. But I really have to admit that this was a far more challenging gun than I expected, especially initially forgetting the fact that this gun was heavily nerfed after the patch. And the gun itself is not a gun that I would ever recommend anyone to use, especially with this kind of setup. So what I want to do is I want to issue you guys a challenge. One more reason you guys should come out and check out the Facebook. I'm not just promoting Facebook. I just want you guys to fucking vote. I don't get anything out of you guys doing it. Is that I want you guys to set up. One more way you guys can interact is you guys can take and fully utilize and try the challenges out yourself. So not only do you guys get to pick the shitty setups, you guys can follow along with me. Now, if you're staying tuned to the Facebook, you guys can see what setups get voted and what you guys can use as well. So what you guys can do, you guys can set up the voting, and you could go out there and try it myself, because you guys don't understand. You're seeing me use these painful setups, but you're not experiencing exactly how horrible they are firsthand. And that may be part of the pleasure. You guys know exactly how painful this is, but may not know the extent of the dangerous situation that this causes my stress level. So I guess, you know, what the challenge is, you guys get out there, try it yourself, see if you can overcome it, find a good tactic to use with the setup, and see if you can do any better. So if you guys can, you could do that. I'll accept video responses if you guys want to submit it. You know, so like the next one will probably be up in a couple days. I'll probably do the voting for it either tonight or tomorrow. And with that being said, you guys can come in here, and you guys will have a couple days if you're staying tuned to the Facebook to figure out what's going on, and try to do it yourselves. And give me your honest opinions. Commentate over it. Let me know what you guys think. And this is going to be a very, very challenging, very, very stressful kind of commentary kind of thing. So I guess I'm going to leave it up to you guys whether or not you want to see them live. If you want to see them commentated like this, fully utilized, showing you exactly how I would overcome the obstacle that is this class loadout. And it'll be up to you. I mean, I guess I could do both. If you want to see me doing it live, my first impression like I did the other one, and see exactly how I overcome it, you guys could check that out. Now, this is the perfect example. This wall's blown away. I'm fully covered from the left wall. It does get blown up here shortly. But I am able to cover my guys crossing the road except for Boo. Boo just died. That's why there's no audio right now. Me, Boo, MLC Stealth, and Nick Bunyan were in a call. Super loud, super goofy. So you guys, the audio is lost in it. So basically, for me to commentate over this, and I do, you know, hate the fact that I have to stand still with this. But I do my best to cover these guys. I'm trying to make use of my setup. And I know the Famas is a close to mid-range weapon, and it's more vulnerable, or they are more vulnerable when I get them in that kind of situation. But I have to stick to what I have. The Bipod allows me to be a little bit more accurate. Look, I've got a new window over here if I need to. And we just work our ass off. I try to do what I can. I pick off a guy right here. And it's kind of shocked me, because I'm like thinking now, I'm like, how do I overcome this class setup? And I think I do a pretty decent job to play the objective still. Try to suppress and try to cover and make use of what I have at my disposal. And if you guys are looking for that challenge, try these out yourself. Even if you can't make videos or video responses, go out there and try these setups yourself. And you guys can understand exactly how difficult they will be, because I'm sure they will get far worse than this guy right here. Especially because you guys just want to torture me. Look at all three of them just do the wave. Patty cake party. So, yeah, it just was a very, very difficult thing. But I have to admit, I'd be lying if I didn't say I didn't have fun. And it'll remain fun to me, because god damn, I am on a patty cake spree right now. So I would encourage you guys to try them out yourself so you understand exactly what they are, because you guys are watching it and you're like, because a lot of people are like, wow, Pone, that gameplay was absolutely horrible. It was a 9 and 7. But it was more about the commentary rather than the gameplay. If you want to see the gameplay, I can continue to post these up, the follow-ups of how I would use the setup and overcome the challenge. But, you know, like I said, it's going to be a little bit more difficult to do both of them. And honestly, I want to know which one you guys like the most. Did you like the live commentary, or do you prefer the ones where I teach you guys what to do? And this is my thing right now. If you guys are unaware, the AA pretty much does nothing to ground troops. I went up next to the guy, slapped a little sticker on the side of it that said, hey, I don't kill people, and I ran away from it. So when a lot of people, the natural instinct to fighting with the Tunguska now is to run away from it, because instantly you used to die from it. Nowadays, it takes like 8 bullets. So I run at the Tunguska, try to get along the sides where I'm completely safe, can't get ran over, and I try to follow it and then find my way to cover. Right there, I survived the Tunguska because of the fact that it's very, very weak against infantry now. It's very, very weak on this map against the Amtrak, which is exactly why I charged it heads on earlier in the game. So you got to be aware of what you're doing, how you're using it, and obviously this is not the ideal map. This is more of an NG kind of map, something where you can explode the armor and the flying vehicles. This is definitely not a map for assault. But I went in there, I wanted to get some patty cakes in at least. I knew that with I would have to be assault, because he did submit that I had to use the M26 frag. So I tried to do what I can, and I'm even getting some piloting in right now, which I'm not going to try to do too much armor gameplay, because it's kind of taking away the effect of using the shitty-ass class they set up with. And overall, it was a great experience. I want to thank you guys that do actually post in and try to send up submissions. And if yours didn't get voted and you really think it's absolutely horrible, keep trying to submit it. And this is me trying to use the... See, I'm not really a guy. I can pilot, but I'm not good shooting, like with the Z11 or the Little Bird. I'm not really good with it. I could get a kill here and there, But I'm honestly pretty bad. And this is a perfect example of paying attention to your surroundings right here. I noticed that they have the big explosive barrels next to the objective. We get the plant, and I know that I need to cover our guys. So what I do is I take advantage of the environment, and I fully abuse those big-ass explosive barrels right there. Look, I see guys down there, and I'm like, oh, okay, let's go for the barrel. Get fucked. So at the end of the day, this was a great way to try to overcome the setting. Obviously, it's not something I would ever recommend. You guys can try it out yourself, get the feel for it. But I guess that is the gist and the experience that is this new pOOpy Gun Loadout. So that's kind of awkward to say. pOOpy Gun Loadout. I don't know. I like the way... I could have said shit, but pOOpy is far more disgusting to me. If you were to come up to me and call me a shithead, I'd be like, wow, really? Is that all you got, bro? But if you were to come up to me and call me a poopy head, I'd probably be scarred for life. So hopefully you enjoy it. That's the name we came up with it. Look forward to some more. And remember to like and favorite as it helps out a lot. Like I said, leave in the comments below if you guys want to see the live ones or this one. Let me know. Peace out, guys. Get it.